Hey guys, it's Tumbo here, and welcome to my very first episode of Unfold and Stain. And today is a very special day. It's my first time doing this. It's the first episode. Really is exciting for me. A bit nervous, but we'll get through it. And as much as I'm honored today, I'm also blessed by my brother's presence here. And he's an artist, I'm not, but he's here to teach me a few things.
Calm down with that artist stuff.
So I'm gonna let him introduce himself for those who don't know you.
First of all, I'm not an artist. I just
you can start.
I tend to paint here and there. I haven't done it actually. Right now, it's about a year because last time this year I was painting heavy.
Okay.
Like I was painting a whole lot, but I haven't done it in a while. So yeah, but my name is Merveille, and I've known Tumbo for a while now, and I'm really proud of you, bro. Like this is good. First step, you know what I mean?
Thank you. Bro.
First step. I don't know how proud you're gonna be about what the artworks that I'm gonna produce, but
yeah,
at least I'm proud of you for doing this.
Hey, I'll have collections.
And thanks for having me.
To remove the cap.
Oh, the cap.
Yeah.
The cap. Okay.
Now, actually, speaking of art, how long have you been?
I just said I don't do that.
No, but when did you start?
Where should I put this?
Just right here. It's fine.
I started off drawing, so I've been drawing for the longest time.
Yeah.
When I was in the refugee camp, Malawi, I accidentally drew the first thing in my life, and it was literally an accident because I was like, whoa, I just drew a rooster that actually looks like a rooster.
Yeah, no way.
I ran to my mom and then I showed her, and then she was like, oh, okay, yeah.
Very proud.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was quite crazy.
Okay.
And then, I mean, is it coincidence? I don't believe in coincidences, but then fate would have it that the guy that lived in our granny flat was an illustrator. Like he did art for a company in Congo. Yeah.
Okay.
So then he would do stuff, and then he would show me. So he made a whole little comic book and gave it to me. Yeah. And it was crazy. He was really good. So then he inspired me, and then another guy came to live with us who would draw like action figures, like Chuck Norris and all these
the big guys,
these big guns, right?
Yeah.
And then he also came into my life, and then he left. But when he left, it was tough. I broke down, man.
No way.
Bro. Yeah, he was a young guy, but I don't even know where he's at right now in life. And if I was to see him, I wouldn't recognize him.
That's
and
crazy.
He wouldn't recognize me.
So how old were you?
Bro, I was like 5 or 6, man. When all these people came, yeah. And then when I came to Australia, I brought with me one of the comic books that the guy wrote, and then I lost it.
No.
Yeah, I lost it a few months later. And then that's kind of when I stopped drawing and I forgot about it.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, I picked it up.
In high school?
In high school. When I was 16.
Trying to
I found my first love.
Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah, man.
I'm sorry for lingering on this topic.
No, let's linger.
But I want to know, like, what's your mood for drawing? Like, I mean, painting. Like, what gets you to, sit down and be like, you know what, I'm gonna paint?
When I was doing it a lot more last year, I was actually, for the first time in my life, I was into philosophy while I was painting. So I was listening to a lot of philosophy at that time.
Yeah.
And a lot of these philosophers also kind of had paintings that really would speak about what they were going through, and they would convey the messages that they were trying to speak to the world in their time.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think mentally, bro, I was in this space where I wanted to draw up and paint and do something that I've never done before.
Yeah.
Well, which is painting. And it was scary because for so long, like I was comfortable in just drawing.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna paint. And then I did it, and then I was like, oh crap, this is actually not bad. And then I started enjoying it. And I would stay up until like 2 in the morning. It was so relaxing for me, and
Yeah.
it's still such something that relaxes me. Sorry.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I go with my emotions with the paint, and just it's a journey of letting go of the finished product and not wanting to be so stuck on it has to be perfect, because I genuinely found out that I had a fear of failure in something new. So I had to teach myself to be okay with being new to something.
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah, man, bring my emotions, I bring my fears to it too, and
Yeah.
just start painting. I don't know what the heck it is, but I just start doing it. Yeah.
That's crazy, man. I've never heard that story.
Yeah, no.
I just see bro out of nowhere pull a painting. I'm like,
I,
hey,
you know
I
what?
need some of those.
You know what? Can I be honest? Can I say
Yeah.
the truth though?
Yeah, go on.
I was in a very dark place.
Yeah, when you were
Yeah,
painting.
yeah.
Okay.
I was
So
like,
like now you're not into it. You're not
yeah.
there.
I was in a dark place when I was
Okay.
painting.
So
All
you
that stuff that you guys saw, maybe I
yeah.
don't know if people saw it on IG.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
I was in a dark space.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
You
honestly,
said
bro. Like I was actually in like a dark place.
yeah.
Um, but then the philosophy stuff kind of opened my mind to different views of
Mm.
life and even myself. Like I was listening to one recording that really just like challenged me, bro.
Mm.
Um, I won't say what it's called, but yeah, it was powerful. Yeah, man.
Carry on.
So
So you watched
I was watching a lot of
yeah.
philosophy videos on YouTube, and it really challenged my views on things, which I liked. I
Mm.
enjoyed. Um, a lot of like psychology stuff. I'm really into psychology.
Yeah.
Whether I'll study it, I don't know. I don't think so. But just the human
Yeah.
mind and how.
Didn't your sister do
Yeah,
psychology?
yeah, she did.
She did, man. Did she help you in any way with that stuff, or you never approached her about it?
No, 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 not in that time. No, I
No,
didn't.
I remember that time.
Which time?
The
The
time
when I was painting.
when you're in a dark space and all that. Because I
So
was trying to reach out as well.
was it when I was painting?
Yeah, he was. And I just felt like you were kind of pushing me away. I was like, hey.
Nah, nah, nah. I don't think. Look, I think it's one thing, and I think that's why it's so important to like be
Mm,
intentional with our people's friendships,
yeah, for sure. I
because
agree.
like you can put one thing out on social media and then everyone thinks that you're okay,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
they actually don't know that the inspiration is coming from a dark place.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to clarify that the dark place didn't necessarily have all control of me, because I was able to create something beautiful out of it.
Yeah.
So I think that's very empowering to me actually, that in the midst of all that was happening in my mind, I was able to create. Like I have somebody who writes songs in my
Mm.
church, and he was telling me how he was in. 'Cause he's quite well known in his country,
Okay.
and in the church movement in his country. And he was saying to me how like one day he went into an elevator and then he heard the piano version of one of his songs.
No way.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and he was like, "Oh, yeah, that's one of mine." I mean, I think he was still getting royalties from that.
Mm.
He's like, I still get paid for that. Like royalty checks still come in.
Yeah.
So that's how good it is, right? This isn't some regular guy on SoundCloud.
Damn.
But he said something that really stood out to me. He
Mm.
said, everyone enjoyed that song, but that song came from one of the
Yeah.
darkest times
Yeah.
in my life.
Yeah.
And so, like, I don't want people to feel sorry for me because I was like in that dark space. I
Mm.
want them to see how I was able to use that dark space to create something beautiful, at least beautiful in my eyes, because
Mm-hmm.
I had a fear of painting. And I learned so much about paint. I learned so much about myself and even so much about the world and people. And yeah, it was a beautiful time. It was a beautiful time, and it was winter too, and I really love winter.
Yeah.
And winter, I like to cozy up and just be at home, and that's probably why I was ignoring your calls or something. You didn't call me though, so don't
I
lie.
didn't. Yeah. I didn't call
Yeah,
you. I did text, but yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nah. That's oh man. That's really good.
Yeah.
No, this is all new information to me, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay, this
I know.
brother is
I know.
getting him to share by himself is tough.
Stop. I don't know why. I actually don't know where you got that from.
I got it
You
from
you
you.
actually believe that it's hard for me to share stuff, guys? I don't know if that's true though.
It is.
Like it, I don't know. I don't know about that.
Okay,
Really?
anyone that knows him, okay, whenever you try to ask him about him, like, how are you doing? Somehow he finds a way to make it about you.
That's not true.
That's true,
That's not
man.
true,
That
man.
that's
That's not
true.
true.
Yeah,
You know what?
yeah,
There are times where I do that.
yeah. Is
Um,
there a reason, or does it just happen out of your control?
I think working in community,
Yeah.
I learned that you have to know how to separate between um, listening
Mm,
and connecting, and listening and sharing, and then drowning the other person from what they're sharing. So
okay.
I listen to people, and then they'll they'll try to get me to talk. I'm talking about the context of work here.
Yeah.
Like you're working with people who shouldn't really know about how you're going. Like in
Yeah.
terms of like, yeah, professional boundaries and stuff. And I think, humbly speaking, I think subconsciously that sometimes spills over into my personal life. Um, or, and I'm gonna say this, don't get cut,
Mm,
don't get cut.
no.
Or I'm still trying to deal with whatever I'm going through, so I don't know how to word it. So then I'm
Okay.
like, I'm not gonna share yet because I'm not ready yet. But let me show you that I'm listening to you by asking you about you.
Go on.
And that's when I ask questions
Oh,
to
right, right,
people.
right. I thought you
Yeah,
were actually gonna ask me.
yeah. Yeah, what about you?
Yeah. What about me?
But what inspired you to start this YouTube channel?
Honestly, it's been a long journey,
Yeah,
and there's two people that I would really like to thank for this,
yeah,
because when I came up with this idea, it was because I was like interacting with them.
mm,
I was sharing a really a powerful moment with them,
mm.
just sharing food, and I think that honestly, I feel like there's some sort of power to sharing food with someone,
Yeah. There
like
is.
just eating with someone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's so powerful.
yeah.
So that's where the idea came from. Okay,
Right,
so and those people are Asia and Erasma, my
right.
best friend. So one day we just made a bunch of food, and we were like, you know what, let's paint. And we
Eh.
just painted, and then out of nowhere, I was like, what if we turn this into a podcast where
Wow.
you're talking but you're painting.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
This
yeah.
is not something that you see every day.
No, I was thinking
Actually,
about that on my
yeah,
drive here. I'm like, that's a niche right there. That's so different, bro. It's actually a really good
I
idea. I
was really
like it.
thinking of something
Yeah,
outside, because for a very long time I've been wanting to get on YouTube.
yeah.
But I'm like, what are you gonna do? Everybody's already doing this.
Hmm.
If you wanna do gaming, first of all, you're not the best gamer, and there are people who do it
Yeah,
like 24 hours stream,
yeah.
and they're good at it. They can show
You're
their
crazy.
skills. But so I was thinking of ideas, and then
Sorry,
this
guys.
one
I'm
came.
sweating.
No,
Sorry.
it's fine. Do your thing. And this came to me.
Yeah.
We even tried it. We did a test run. Didn't
Really?
what? Yeah, obviously there was no control. There was no
What do you mean no control?
like we didn't have like a time to follow,
Oh, okay,
or
okay.
it's just a system in
Right,
place,
right, right. Structure.
So yeah, structure. Yeah, that's the word. So yeah,
Yeah,
it just fell apart. And then after a while, and then I started talking to you about content creation and all that. And
yeah,
then Erasmus as well, for some reason, also started to push me to do content. I'm like,
yeah,
bro, what's going on? So after I released that video,
yeah,
if you've seen it on my page, you know,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know. Anyway, so after that video, I was like, you know what? Let's try. Let's
We're
dive
here
in.
now.
Let's dive in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the other reason was this.
The
This
wall.
is DIY stuff, bro. I
Right.
bought
Oh
most
wow.
of it is bought separately, and I just put it together to
Damn.
make it look that way. So I didn't like the way my room was before. I was like, I need to change it up a bit.
Oh wow. These are good books.
So I did, and that inspired me to like, you know what, let's try content creation
Yeah,
again.
yeah,
And then got in touch with you,
yeah.
and I think it was your video,
Which one?
the video on reading the Bible.
Right, right,
I
right.
love that video.
Thank you, bro.
That video is what inspired me to actually make that first video.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Tell me more.
So if you remember, for some reason, I think I even said this on your podcast.
Yeah.
I
Oh yeah, I
said,
got an episode with him.
yeah,
Yeah.
watch out. Yeah.
That's how he
So
says.
I think I said it. I don't know, but don't
Yeah.
quote me. So I think I said it where I'm saying the story of Jesus being tempted by Satan. For
Yeah.
some reason, is so meaningful to me. Like something that is a story that I like to go back to
Mm.
in my Christian walk and look at.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say all that in the video. I actually have the first take of the video. I did it in my car driving to work.
Okay.
I recorded it, but the video quality was bad, and I don't want people to see me speeding. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
You shouldn't want to
So
see
I was like,
yourself
I
speeding.
scrapped that. And
Yeah.
then one day I got back from church. I
Yeah.
was like, you know what? Turn on the camera. Pop, pop, pop. Let's roll.
Yeah. Yeah. Continue.
That's it.
Um. You know what? But people just overthink things,
Yeah, I've realized that about
and
myself.
that is starting to annoy me, especially with people that I really believe in.
Mm,
Like I actually don't have time for people to overthink. Like
mm,
especially when it's an idea or something that you've been talking about it. Like remember when I were recording my content,
yeah,
and then you guys were like, you as in Daniel.
yeah.
Daniel is my editor,
Producer,
my editor slash producer slash the mastermind,
cameraman,
cameraman.
everything.
You guys were like, oh, we need an extra camera.
Yeah.
But I'm serious about this stuff, bro. Like, you know how much money I've spent, and then you're
Mm-hmm.
telling me I need another thing, and I know from my own
Experience.
experience,
Uh-huh.
whenever I was fearful, I always gave myself another excuse as to what I
Yeah,
need.
yeah,
So that's why I don't know if you realize I was very strong on no, we don't, because that's just another excuse for you not to do what you've been asked to
yeah.
do. That's just another
You know,
excuse.
that actually stuck with me.
Yeah, man. That's
It
why.
stuck with me, bro.
Just do it. You know, think about this,
Yeah.
right? Like Paul. Imagine if he had your Instagram page.
Mm. Oh, you get banned every day.
No, but imagine the reach that he would have.
Crazy, yeah.
Like imagine if Jesus went live,
Mm.
but we're waiting. Let me get a better microphone. I mean, microphone's good because the audio is important. Audio is important.
I
But
agree.
I'm just for people that I care about and people that I love and people that I believe in, I don't have time for your excuses anymore.
Damn.
That, like, I literally don't. I don't think anyone, and I say this respectfully, I
Mm.
don't think anyone around me that's making content has spent more than me in
Mm.
buying stuff that you haven't used, that's just there collecting dust.
Mm.
And so when I say to you, hey, have you made those videos? Oh no, I'm waiting to buy a new camera. Shut up, you're not waiting to buy a new camera.
Mm. You have a phone.
Just say you're afraid.
It's better to say you're afraid than.
Just tell me that I'm actually scared. Then we can talk about it. You know,
Yeah.
the thing is, bro, like this is I love people. I love people, but I also like my space because I feel like life is too short for us to be having empty conversations. Life is too short for us to be pretending and then calling each other friends. So as your friend, I would rather you tell me, and I say this to people, I'd rather you tell me that you're afraid so we can work together.
Yeah.
Because I am also afraid about things in life. But when my friends don't tell me stuff like that, then I'm like, do you really like trust me then? Do you actually see that I care about you, or do you
Mm.
do you just think you need to present yourself a certain way to me? But then I can see the symptoms of fear, but you're not just admitting it. And I really prioritize comfortability, and I prioritize like vulnerability in my friendships.
Mm.
So when I know you want to do this YouTube stuff, but you're like not doing it because I can tell you're afraid, but you're not admitting to me that you're afraid,
Mm-hmm.
then bro, you're not really my friend, Kazi, because you're just pretending. You're waiting to be on point and then I can love you. But I'm like, hey, I actually love you now.
Mm.
Let's work through this together. I think that's what I want, bro. I want friends that are real, people that are real. Like, yeah, anyways, I'm really proud of you. That's all I'm saying.
No, thank you, man.
Yeah, no, I'm really
It
proud
means
of
a
you.
lot.
I'm really proud of you. And you know what? Despise not small beginnings,
Yeah, of course,
right?
of course.
I think this channel is one of those things where people will come here and talk and then find that they're just
Yeah.
connecting with you, connecting with the audience. You got this, my bruh.
Thank you, man. It means
Yeah,
a lot.
you got this.
Mm.
You got this. So how are you? Let me interview you now.
Mm.
How are you? How's life?
My life,
Yeah,
honestly, I had a crazy weekend, man.
yeah.
Crazy weekend.
Do you remember most of it?
Yeah, I remember most of it, but yeah. Wait, not that kind of way.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
nah,
okay.
nah. Come on, man. Church crazy, bro. Chill.
Oh, responsibility.
Yeah, yeah.
Powerful.
So my weekend was crazy because we had practice after practice. Let me let me explain. Okay, so on
You know what?
Saturday,
I understand,
you
but I want
understand.
you to explain to the people.
So on Saturdays we have our choir practice, which is the church, the normal church choir, right? And
Yeah,
most of the youth are in that. Okay, so we went, we did our practice,
yeah.
and we were fasting, by the way. So it
Damn,
was a 6 to 6 fast. So after that,
damn.
we had to leave down in Green Valley and come near here. My brother's house is like 10 minutes from here. We had to drive like 40 minutes
Hmm.
to get to his house
Yeah,
so we can meet up.
for
And
another practice.
yeah, another practice. But the crazy thing is, on Saturday it was not practice. We ended up praying and just
That's good.
singing, and it was
That's
powerful,
really
man.
good, bro.
And it was powerful. There were,
That's powerful.
you know, like people were like, we had testimonies
Wow,
and we had
wow,
prophecies as well.
wow.
I'm like, bro, that's why even right now there's nothing that anyone can do to like discourage me with where we are going with, this event planning and that.
Yeah, yeah. That's
So
amazing, bro.
yeah, so on Sunday after church we came here again for practice.
For actual practice.
Yeah, actual practice. Yeah. And we did some voice controls, and it was great. It was lovely,
You
man.
sing?
Well, now I'm gonna have to.
Really?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to?
Well, I want to as well. This part of, I don't know, like 2024. I'm just, for some reason I wanna embarrass myself. Not
That's
not
good.
in a bad way. Like, it's me
No,
saying I wanna challenge myself, but I'm
challenge
just
yourself,
saying like
bro.
I wanna embarrass
Yeah,
myself.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty
And
much.
you know why you can do that?
Yeah.
Because you're free from yourself.
Yeah.
And I always say, my mentor used to tell me, he used to say, and I didn't understand it for the longest time. He said, I'm free from myself, therefore I'm free from you.
Mm.
I'm free from myself being so self-conscious about me, 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 me. I'm free from that because a lot of our problems come from me worrying about me and what people are going to think about me, that me, 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 me.
Mm-hmm.
But once I start to like embrace that freedom that, hey, come on, get over yourself, then I'm free from you, bro. Whatever the heck you say about me, I don't care.
Yeah.
That's on you,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
That's on you.
That's actually the mindset behind that video that I made.
That's so good.
I was like, bro, I mean, I already told you about it, but
Yeah,
yeah,
you told me, but tell them. They need
yeah.
they need to hear it.
All right. So the mindset was just, I'm gonna make this.
Hmm.
You know, it's embarrassing. Obviously, it's embarrassing, but I'm still gonna make it in hopes that it's gonna help someone out there.
Now they don't know what you're talking about. You know that.
Okay.
What video are you talking about?
The video is on my page, Instagram.
Hmm.
Okay, if you wanna watch the full video, but the video is just covering the topic of addiction, specifically pornography, and a lot of things that we struggle with as young men and women.
Mm.
Okay, so I made that video in hopes that it's going to help someone else, because when I was getting help to overcome that, the person that was helping me told me that it's more common than I think.
Mm.
And so I was like, you know what? So why should I be, ashamed and
Yeah.
fear people's judgment
Yeah.
when it's common and there are people out there keeping it to themselves
To
and it's
themselves.
growing bigger and bigger every day
Yeah.
and they don't know what to do. They
Yeah.
just want to hear that someone out there is going
He's
through it as
also,
well
yeah.
or has gone through it. And so that was the mindset behind that video.
Mm.
And when I did it, I literally uploaded the video, put my phone down. I think I was at work. Yeah, I was at work.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I am not gonna touch my Instagram until I get home.
Wait, after you uploaded the video?
Yeah, I was like, I did not open Instagram the whole day at work, bro. And mind you, in this video, I talked about how deeply connected I'm with Instagram. I need help. Yeah, so that day I did not touch it until I got home. Then I went through like the comments and all that. I was like, thank you, just you know, react to what people are,
Mm.
saying, and
Mm.
that's pretty much it. Anyways, bro, let's.
Damn. No, I like that, bro.
No, thank you, man. Thank
I
you.
like that. Thanks for sharing that. Hey, bro.
Yeah, so that's the story behind that video.
Beautiful things happen when we get over ourselves.
Yeah, it really does. Mm.
Beautiful things. You start to realize like life is bigger than you.
Mm.
And yeah, you might be having, weaknesses, but I found that weaknesses also taught me about how I view God,
Mm.
because I
Okay.
realized that I had this idea of God that I had to only approach him when I was strong. And I feel like a lot of people don't realize that
Yeah.
your weaknesses are actually the invitations
Yeah.
for God's
Yeah.
strength to be manifest
Yeah.
in your life. And so
That's crazy, man.
what if my weaknesses are actually the invitation for God's power?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I think God's relationship with my weaknesses and my relationship with my weaknesses are two different things. I don't think we're called to always be living in weakness and in like this, I'm always struggling. No, I don't believe that. But
Mm.
I believe that there is a place in God where his grace is sufficient,
Mm.
where there are things that you will wrestle with and God will give you the grace to keep going. But those weaknesses, they should invite me. They should be the reason why I go to God. But I found that a lot of people, they will find the weakness and then run away from God.
Yeah.
And that exposes how you view God.
Yeah.
Because that's what Adam and Eve did. They
I
ran
think
away.
I think I said something about identifying with that weakness or the sin,
Yeah.
and we become so attached to it
That, yeah,
that we don't let.
it becomes
Yeah.
me. And that's pretty much what I think what the enemy really tries to do with all of us, eh?
Yeah.
Like, no, you're not addicted, you are addiction.
Yeah.
Like you're not drunk, you are an alcoholic. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's this heavy labeling.
Your faith is not even your faith. Your faith begins when you let go.
Damn, I
That's
like
pretty
that.
much where it begins, is when you like let
Yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah. Wow.
That's pretty much the definition of faith, is letting go.
Mm,
But
mm.
if you say, oh, until I get this right,
Until there,
yeah, then
yeah,
I'm good.
then I'll come.
Yeah, it's
Um,
never gonna happen, man.
Absolutely not. You've never taken a bath before taking a shower. That's nonsense. You're wasting water. Have you seen the
Yeah,
electricity and water
the water
prices,
bill. Yeah.
especially in Sydney?
Oh,
Don't be
crazy,
silly.
man, crazy.
And people don't think about that. And I know I'm joking, but I'm also being strong, because I think there is a place in the things of God for us to use our brains.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. Anyways,
Yeah.
is it alright if we move on?
Yeah, of course, brother.
Okay, I have a few questions.
Ask me questions. I'm
Okay,
scared now.
don't worry, it's nothing deep. So, what was your highlight today? Oh,
I had highlight today. I was at work.
yeah.
Um, I had a really productive meeting about a project that I'll be studying.
Mm,
So that really helped me to sort of see what's going on and how to navigate
okay.
around that. It gave me a good I like to know what I'm gonna do. I don't like
Mm.
to not know what's
Yeah,
happening.
yeah, it's scary, eh?
Yeah, it gives me a lot of anxiety, which I don't like. I mean, who likes anxiety, right?
No,
But yeah, so that meeting really helped me. It helped to clarify a few things. So that was exciting. Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
that's beautiful, man. And what were you looking forward to today, or what are you looking forward to today after
Uh,
you leave here?
I'm looking forward to having a nice shower
Okay.
because the way God created me,
Hmm.
the moment the temperature is above 25, I'm drenched.
Really?
Yeah, I get sweaty, and I don't like the heat. I hate summer with a passion. I hope Satan hears this, and I hope he has diarrhea tonight. I freaking hate summer. Like I passionately say it.
Hmm.
It's disgusting. So I
Really?
can't wait to get home. I like to go
Man,
home
those
and just
summer body people will come for you.
let them come, bro. I think they'll catch these hands. Um,
Violence.
and yeah, I like to go home and just like have a nice shower,
Hmm.
and then just get into some shorts and just lean back, bro. The AC has to be on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like that really relaxes me. So I'm looking forward to that.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's pretty good, man.
looking forward to that.
So, are there any current doubts, fears that you're still struggling with, going back and forth?
Um, doubts, fears. I think fear is always there.
Hmm.
Fear is always there. I think fear reminds me that I'm alive,
Mm-hmm.
and doubt reminds me that I need God today. Because like
Amen.
I think we underestimate how quick as humans we forget. Like we forget who we are,
Hmm.
especially identity. You know. Um, So like to know that God knows how quick we are to forget. Like guys, think about this. Jesus describes us to sheep. You know the dumbest animal
Hmm.
is sheep.
Really?
Yeah. Like
Okay.
they
Where'd you get that from?
yeah, I studied it. I looked into it because I shared about the Lord is my shepherd.
Yeah.
Those guys are dumb, bro. No wonder they taste nice, but they don't. They ain't got no fight in them. Nothing. They've never had to train. They don't go to the gym. They don't know how to
They just
protect
chill
themselves. They just.
and eat.
Did you know that there was, I think 13,000. I might be wrong. Or
Hmm.
3,000. I think 3,000 sheep that went. They well, they unalived themselves.
Yeah. Really?
3,000. Yes. You know how it happened?
Ah. How?
They were walking up a hill,
Yeah.
and down the hill was the town and the shepherds' homes. But they were walking up a hill. One sheep, the one that was at the front, just went, "Oh, I'm on the edge." But the problem with sheep is they just follow. They just follow the guy in front. I don't know
So
where he's
he
going.
fell off.
So he fell off because he's like, and the thing is this: he's
Yeah.
thinking, I don't know where I'm
I'm
going, but
going,
the
but
guys that are pushing me know where we're
nowhere
meant
we're
to be
going.
going.
So they're like,
Now, and the guys behind him are like, "Oh, I don't know where we're going, but the guy in front of us knows where we're
no
going."
way.
So one after another, bang, bang, bang. This thing you can find it on. I think it was in Turkey. You can
Yeah.
find it. There's an article.
That's
They were
crazy,
shocked.
man.
They were like, "How is it that they all committed suicide?" Come to find out, they were just following. And Jesus describes that to those.
Yo.
Yeah. And so like I forget that I need him every day because but by nature, human nature, uh look, I forget, and I need his voice. So doubts, I have doubts. Fears, I have fears. But I also have him, you know.
Amen.
I have him, bro.
Amen.
Look at you saying amen, bro.
Hey, bro. Hey, man. I gotta say amen every time I get a chance, man. If you ain't been to church, you're missing out, man. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Okay, I have a fun question to ask
Okay, ask
today,
me a fun question.
and we'll probably end on this one. Yeah.
Okay.
So, what are some things in the church today that, if Jesus were here right now, you find cringe? You'd be like, I don't know about it.
Cause
What are you doing?
you want me to get cancelled? Is that what you want?
Hey, nah,
Do you really want me to say it?
in your opinion, in your opinion.
Um, I won't say that. Let me think.
Definitely not that
Not
one.
that one. Let me think. Some of the things that Jesus would.
Find cringy. Or just cringe. Like, come on, guys. That's
People,
embarrassing.
people, people are rushing and seeking position in
Okay.
church.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah, people seeking positions in church
Mm,
because uh, Jesus came from heaven to tabernacle to dwell with us, and he came down. And then towards the end of his life, right? Like towards the end of life,
mm,
those are the things that you do there are powerful, right? And he knew though, he knew he's coming towards the end,
mm,
and he's like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna wash your feet." I'm paraphrasing.
mm-hmm.
Washing the disciples' feet was the lowest position. Like that, even a Jew wouldn't wash another Jew's feet.
Yeah,
That was only left for Gentiles, slaves.
that's
And it's
crazy.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, the lowest of your slaves. Like it was just like
Like the bottom
the
guy.
bottom guy is the one that
The,
washes the feet. That's why Peter was
yeah.
like, "Bro, you're not touching my feet. You're not touching my feet."
And real quick to bash Peter, eh?
Because he was like, "No, you're like." He was shocked because culturally
Yeah,
we don't do
we
that.
don't do that.
And you know what, bro? We bring a lot of our culture into God.
Yes. Yeah.
And what I see Jesus doing is going against our cultures. And for
Right.
example, washing the feet of the
Mm,
disciples. And then he says, the same thing I've done for you guys, I want you guys to do it to each other.
mm,
So when I see people running for positions in church, it's weird to me because I just think I'm a child of God. The identity has to come from Him. Don't get
mm.
me wrong, leadership is powerful. Things do rise and fall from leadership. But I've met people who, man, if they don't have a position, if they didn't say something,
Yeah.
they always gotta say, "Hey, can I get the mic?" They always gotta say something,
Mm.
or is they, even at a party, they have to say something because people. That's sad to me, bro. You know why it's sad?
Yeah.
Because God says, if you want to interface with me, if you want to have a conversation with me, go in the secret place and lock. But these people think I need to show outside
Mm.
that I have a relationship with God, but God's waiting for me in the secret place. And so God's doing this opposite thing where I know you want a position so that you can be elder this and
Mm.
bishop this and prophet this and this and that. What about just being his son? What about being his child?
And what happened to
And
that?
what happened to that? And that drives you back into the secret place.
Mm.
And the secret place is where you really find out that most of who you are is really what people told you. Most of who you are is really your position, your bank account, who you're
Yeah.
in relationship with, how much money you don't have, how much money you lost, who broke up with you, who hurt you.
Mm.
In the secret place, you realize the things that you've been leaning on for your identity. And I just think, yeah, position, Jesus would cringe. Like, what are you guys doing, bro? Like, you're so worried about so many things.
That's not the goal, guys.
Don't get me wrong, things must be done and
Yeah. Oh.
allocation is
Oh.
there.
Yeah.
But it's
Totally.
when people make positions the end all be all.
Yeah.
I always think, what would my job be if we never ate the fruit?
Mm.
This is a reboot time, bro. Like
Yeah.
this is an answer to the fruit that we ate. This isn't how it was meant to be.
That's crazy, man.
It wasn't meant to be that on Sunday we all go together to church.
Go to
Church
church.
was meant to be every day in the cool of the day.
Yeah.
So imagine some people won't like heaven, or
Oh, this is too boring for me. I need a little spice.
I need a position.
Okay.
Yeah, anyways, I don't know if that was a fun question, but that my
Yeah.
answer is quite,
No,
you
it's serious. No, that's I actually subscribe to that mindset of where culture really is trying to overtake
yeah,
what's
sneaky,
supposed to be.
sneaky, bro.
Yeah, and I think every church is literally dealing with that, with how
Yeah,
to get rid of tradition
yeah,
and do what is right.
yeah.
It's like, bruh,
And how do you know what's tradition and what's biblical?
That's the thing. Tradition is for us who are still young.
Mm.
It's like we grew up on that stuff.
This is what I know, bro.
Yeah, I grew up on that.
Yeah, it's not
My
easy.
church used to do this.
Yeah, yeah,
We used
yeah,
to do
yeah,
this
yeah,
in
yeah,
my
yeah,
church.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Where I was back
yeah, yeah,
back
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Go back there.
Exactly.
Go back there.
So it's like you're in a new environment. It's change.
And then you're wondering why the kids don't want to come to church.
Yeah. Hey. Anyways, yeah. So I want to thank you for coming on.
I want to thank you for having me, my brah.
Thank you so much for your time. I
No,
know
honestly, I
this
appreciate
room
it.
is hot,
I
but
appreciate it, bro.
next time I'll make sure there's.
You know what? I've been trying to paint for the longest time.
Yeah.
And I just haven't had the time. So you inviting me to do this.
Yeah.
I actually really appreciate it. So don't thank me. I'm thanking you, bro.
Nah, it's alright,
Yeah.
man. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Keep it up.
Time for the reveal. 3, 2, 1.
Ta-da!
So please explain your painting.
So my
inspiration
painting
behind it.
Inspiration behind it is you. Why?
Mm.
Because I mean, I really, to be very honest, when I started, I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
But if you look at the top here, you will notice it looks like a heart.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and then you notice the different colors. The different color represent, I believe, they represent you and the different aspects of you. But it's a flower, you know.
Mm.
We don't see where the ground is. Sometimes that's not very important.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just about celebrating what's at the top. I mean, the fact that the flower is standing, that means it's rooted, right? But then the gold here that you're seeing represents heaven, and I just sense like it's God's on you.
Mm.
Yeah, God's got you. God is with you, and so it's that inspiration. It's like a glow of heaven, like coming down, and that's what you're seeing, the blue, symbolizing skies and stuff. But this here, it looks like a broken heart, but it also looks like wings.
Yeah.
It's the ability to bounce back, the ability to believe for more. And then here the flowing of the red is the relatability. Yeah.
Okay,
So what's inside of you is relatable. People can relate with you, and that's why you're seeing that the red is flowing. So that's what my own means.
Wow. Thank you. Anyways, the inspiration for this is growth.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, green just shows health and growth.
That's it.
So that's where I went for, and obviously, I've grown personally, but also I've watched my brother grow as well.
Yeah.
But obviously, I don't know, exactly what he's been through. But
so no, that's you do too, boy. Come on, you can't say you don't know.
That's my inspiration.
You're lying. You do know, brother.
I know what he's been through.
Yeah.
But not in detail.
But the growth,
is what
for both of us.
So this is our growth.
Yeah.
So thank you guys.
Yeah.
This has been our first episode of Unfold and Stain.
Unfold and Stain.
Please stay tuned because there's more people coming on here.
That's right.
We have more life stories, and this brother is coming back.
I would love to come back.
Yeah, he'll be back.
And next time we come back, it's gonna be even better, unfolding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll try and get bigger canvas. So we can
no, it's actually good. It works well because then you don't want to go for 5 hours.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Anyways, see you guys later.
See you guys.
Take care.